Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
Luigi Mangione.
He is charged with murdering Brian Thompson.
My client is entitled to a fair trial and the presumption of innocence, and we're going to fight these charges, whether it's in state or federal.
Most famous murder suspect.
Mangione grinned as he was driven away by police.
Many of the students characterized our class as inventive, in both imagination and initiative.
Mangione is accused of shooting and killing UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Midtown.
Treated like a human ping pong ball between two warring jurisdictions
U.S.
here.
Attorney General Pam Bondi ordered the death penalty last week.
There were also Mangione fans inside the courtroom, 24 young women who seemed to be trying to catch his eye.
Mama, I'm in love with a criminal.
I do want to give credit to Luigi Mangione. Good job.
Ablo says Mangione's popularity is a problem for prosecutors.
This is so unfair.
Luigi Mangione dropped. Yeah, definitely woo.
Baby boy, if you had just not pulled down your mask to flirt with that barista, you might still be out there and executing the part 2 of your plan.
Luigi Mangione.
Oh, Lord, yes. Okay.
Why was he perp walk like the Joker in Batman?
It's a frighteningly new day when you combine a really handsome guy with this notion that he's somehow an avenger.
Argyle socks, according to a new court filing, and secreted, prosecutors say, in those socks were 2 heart-shaped, handwritten notes. One of them directly addressed to Luigi Mangione, saying that there were thousands of people out there wishing him good luck. Mangione ultimately decided not to wear the socks, prosecutors said, because he didn't like their look.
Oh my, this story is far from over.
Yes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today on Allegedly, things are obviously a bit different. As you can see, I'm not alone. Hello, Hunter. Come on, Johnny. I'm not that bad. Plus, you know, I've been told that we look pretty similar, like we could be brothers. I don't see it. What? We're practically twins. I take that as an insult. I'm clearly much more attractive. But can we tell the people why we're here and what we're doing? Okay, Johnny. Why don't you tell the people why I'm here? As you pay for the show, so allegedly you can come on here and hijack my podcast? No, Johnny. We thought it'd be fun for the both of us to deep dive on a case that one of our viewers sent in. Okay, well, maybe you thought it'd be fun. I thought I'd be just fine doing it on my own. I work better that way, you know. But sure, whatever. What case are we talking about, Hunter? Crazy. Today on Allegedly, we are deep diving into one of the most shocking and controversial true crime stories in recent memory. Okay, the case of Luigi Mangione. Ivy League grad, privileged upbringing, and now alleged murder. How did it go so wrong? I'd like to see someone try and accuse me of something like this, I swear. But we're wondering, why are some people calling him a vigilante? This case has it all. Wealth, conspiracies, a 3D printed ghost gun, and a manifesto that slams the American healthcare system. Buckle up, because this one is wild. Luigi Nicholas Mangione was born May 6th, 1998 in Towson, Maryland. From the outside, his life looked picture perfect. His family owned Turf Valley Resort, Hayfields Country Club, and Lorien Health Services. So yeah, not exactly struggling. No, he sounds like a privileged man-child to me. Anywho, he graduated valedictorian from Gilman School in 2016, then went on to UPenn for both his bachelor's and master's degree in engineering. Guy was clearly brilliant, and he was working in tech with a solid career, including a stint at TrueCar. But behind the scenes, something darker was brewing, and I'm not talking about coffee. Okay? According to sources, Mangione had a growing resentment towards the healthcare industry. Part of it stemmed from his own experience with back surgery. Another part was allegedly due to a relative's treatment or mistreatment within the system. Yeah, he allegedly felt betrayed by a system he thought was supposed to heal, not profit. Friends say he started isolating, spending more time on fringe message boards and forums focused on healthcare corruption, big pharma, conspiracies, and decentralized technologies like 3D printing. Crazy. Yeah, let's not forget, he had access to those tools. With an engineering background and experience in tech, it wasn't hard for him to acquire or even build a ghost gun. The warning signs were there, but no one could have predicted what would come next. I could have. I could have predicted this man was on a one-way path towards murderer. Could have. For real. Serious. If you say so, Johnny. On December 4th, 2024, UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson was shot and killed in Midtown Manhattan, just steps away from his office. It was clean, quick, and seemingly professional, but who did it? Who was it? I'll tell you who it was. Well, at first there were no leads, no known enemies, but then security cameras caught a figure in a hoodie with a backpack walking away from the scene. And, it left digital breadcrumbs. You know what they say about breadcrumbs, Hunter? What did they say about breadcrumbs, Johnny? Well, birds love them, and if you throw them out to the pigeons, they say don't do that in public parks because they swarm you like dirty sky rodents. They'll get you. Don't be throwing breadcrumbs. Okay, Johnny, can we please stay on topic? Fine. Well, the breadcrumbs led them to Luigi. On December 9th, police arrested him at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. He's calm, collected, he doesn't resist, but what's he carrying? That's what freaks everyone out. Yeah, a 3D printed handgun, a suppressor, multiple fake IDs, and a manifesto handwritten laying out what he called the healthcare hypocrisy. He described himself as a necessary disruption, and that's when the media firestorms ignited. I'm gonna become a necessary disruption if he doesn't plead guilty to this murder, I swear. He's guilty. Johnny, you're already an unnecessary disruption. Whatever. Let's talk about the evidence, because this is where it gets a little dicey. Forensics matched the weapon he was carrying to shell casings found at the scene. His fingerprints were also found on a bag left nearby, supposedly filled with additional ammo and burner phones. Can you say, guilty? So guilty. I can see it. Innocent until proven guilty, Johnny. Okay? But his defense is poking holes in this case, saying that a chain of evidence is compromised. The guns aren't exactly traceable, and someone could have planted this evidence to frame him. Oh, geez. This is just getting just a little bit silly. But that theory did gain some traction online, with people suggesting that Luigi may have been set up by healthcare lobbyists or even whistleblower enemies. Is there proof? No, not really. But, the internet loves a good rabbit hole. I mean, I think the internet loves any hole, really, when you think about it. Am I right? Any hole. On December 19th, Mangione is extradited to New York in what looks like a full-blown media event. Mayor Eric Adams himself even joins the perp walk. It's giving reality TV vibes. Yeah, like real jail wives of murder suspects. Andy Cohen should get that going. I think that'd be good. But anywho, legal experts immediately criticized the move. His attorney, Karen Friedman Nagnafilio, never was good with names, but Karen called it trial by media. She said, they're turning him into a symbol before he even steps into court. Why haven't they turned me into a symbol? I don't know, Johnny. But he's pleaded not guilty to all charges. Second-degree murder, weapons possession, document forgery, and in April 2025, federal prosecutors announced they're seeking for the death penalty. That's huge and very rare. You mean they're going to put him down like a sick dog? Oh my... Yeah, this is pretty serious, Johnny. It is. But his defense is fighting it pretty hard. They argue it's circumstantial, driven by politics, and that the death penalty is being weaponized for public theater. They're even filing motions to bar media coverage during key parts of the trial, which that's crazy since it seems everyone online just wants to sleep with the guy.
I'm in love with
If murder trial isn't a red flag, I don't know what is, but to each their own, I guess. I don't know. No, seriously, Johnny. I mean, this is where the case takes a truly bizarre turn, okay? On social media, Mangione has become, depending on who you ask at least, either a martyr or a monster. People have literally analyzed everything about this man, from his social media presence to his eyebrows. Oh. His eyebrows. That's crazy. I can only imagine the attention I'd be getting, to be honest. I mean, look at me. But no, the hashtag Free Luigi has gone viral. People are calling him the Robin Hood of healthcare. Even merch started popping up on Etsy and Redbubble with slogans like Luigi was right and reform, not revenge. You'd sell merch if you were on public trial, wouldn't you? With like your face on it or something? Yeah, I definitely would. But I do have merch. You can get it now at the description down below. Doesn't have my face on it, but younger people especially seem torn. Gen Z polls show more sympathy for him than older generations. Some say he exposed a broken system in the most dramatic way possible. Others say he's just another rich guy with a savior complex. That's what I'm saying. There are also conspiracy theories swirling, and some claim the manifesto is fake. Others say the real story hasn't even come out yet, that there's a broader network behind the crime, and Mangione was just the fall guy. And I love a conspiracy theory. I do. I know you do, but let's be clear. None of that's proven. But the speculation has definitely turned this case from a tragedy into a full-blown internet phenomenon. I mean, it definitely is, just like me. So let's zoom out. What does this case say about our culture, our current moment? You got outrage at healthcare costs, a young man allegedly taking matters into his own hands in a legal system that's being challenged by every step. Yeah, there's a deep distrust in institutions right now. Government, corporations, law enforcement. Mangione tapped into that, whether deliberately or not. And that's why this story resonates so strongly. It's about more than just one man. It's about a society on edge. And whether you think he's a product of that chaos or someone who stoked it further, this trial is going to force all of us to look at what justice really means. I, for one, think he's just a rich, privileged kid who killed a man like a crazy toddler, if the toddler was like Malachi from Children of the Corn or something. Okay, Johnny. So what do you guys think? Is Luigi Mangione a cold-blooded killer, a system-hating crusader, or something in between? The trial's still ahead, and it's shaping up to be one of the biggest courtroom dramas of the decade. We'll be watching closely. You already know how I feel, but that's all we got for you today. I mean, thanks for watching today's episode of Allegedly. If you liked this deep dive, give us a comment. Hit the subscribe and bell buttons for episodes like this, and tell your friends we've got all of the drama they didn't know that they needed, right? Yeah, and remember, all of this is strictly allegedly. Hey, why did you get the cool line? This is my show. Well, it's my channel, allegedly. Okay, Johnny, whatever. Whatever, Hunter. I'll see you guys next time, okay? Which is tomorrow, with a whole bunch of new news. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Bye. Yes. I thought it was pretty good, Johnny. Yeah? It's fine. Cool.